This also makes the magic. This is the inflation tube. This is what makes them so unique. This might be the best dry bag I've ever come across by Watershed. I'm going to tell you about why I like them and what's unique about them in this video right now. Now, I already have a couple of their dry bags in the duffel form. I went to their website and saw that they had some that you could inflate that would act almost like flotation bags as well. And so I thought that was really unique. Also, they have some that have a taper for canoes or kayaks. So I wanted to try them out. They're a little pricey, but you buy once, cry once. I've had these for a long time and they're still in brand new condition. They will also make you a custom float bag if you want a inflation tube on any of their dry bags. I've got an upcoming solo wilderness trip through Gates of the Arctic, so be sure and stay tuned for that. You know what to do. I'm going to be interviewing people about the Ambler Road and what implications that's going to have for the local community as well as the wildlife in the watershed up there in one of the largest wilderness areas in the United States, the largest national park in the United States. So I'm really excited about that. And at the end of this video, I'm going to show you how I rig it up in my boats and how they're working. So these are new to me. I've had these before. These have been great. Let's go ahead and unbox one and I'll show you why I like them. All right. Thanks for the big rubber band. Big welded seams, huge, big heavy duty grommet to add a tie down. Nice, good overlap here. Heavy duty material. These are not the lightest. 1.5 inch over buckle and 1 inch heavy duty buckles here. This is the inflation tube. This is what makes them so unique. I was looking for something that could be inflated and this fit the bill. Now, I don't like this because you'll see why. There's one thing I don't like about this. This also makes the magic. This is like a W zip system. It's not a T zip. It's like a pressure. It's almost like a big Ziploc bag. Extra heavy duty Ziploc. Okay. Let's inflate it without rolling it up first. That's enough for that. When you do roll it, you want to make sure that you roll it to the back side down. There's like an A and a B side. You'll figure that out pretty quickly. I like the inflation tube aspect of it. You can get that again on any of their other bags. So that's pretty cool. But I don't like that this is kind of facing the wrong way. If it was 90 degrees this way, then it could at least strap down and be tucked out of the way under the strap, or at least face it back this way, guys, a little bit more out of the way. This is also kind of chintzy. I don't know if there's a solution for this. This is going to get lost. This is the cap and also the deflation. It's got a nice handle or tie down point. You can easily strap and tie this down into your kayak or your canoe. I like that. And this is totally empty. This would work as an inflation, as a float bag. So pretty cool. This one's full, 23 liters. I like these a lot. They're really heavy duty. They're gonna last you basically a lifetime if you take care of them. You patch them if they do get a hole, just like any inflatable boat with a little aqua seal. You can also send it back. They do have a pretty decent warranty on these, but you do need to save your proof of purchase. It's not like Kokatat where they fix my dry suit, no questions asked. There they are inflated. We're looking at about 17 inches wide here, 11 inches, 22, maybe a little less, 21 inches. All right, good morning. Well, it's been all night and these guys are still holding air. No leak down. Okay, here I've got my Pakboat, my puffin. I like how it's not bad. Could even go further forward and fit pretty nice. That's probably how I would run it. Horizontal, big buckles up. The other reason I got these is that you can use them as just pure flotation bags. So it can be totally empty and, you know, maybe just got a lunch in there or nothing at all. and they're just purely for flotation. Okay, here it is up in my canoe, which is hanging against my wall right now. You can see there's definitely, they take up a lot less space, but they would still work pretty well as flotation bags, albeit not full size. All right, so this is my alpaca forager, and I want to see if these bags will fit inside, because I may be using this boat. Okay. Little finesse, but it goes in the T-zip hole okay. It's definitely is maybe a little bit wide to get around the corner. Definitely could fit 2 of them here in the stern, no problem, and I could put other bags further forward in these tubes. I've got one quick request, and that's to hear my pitch to the end here. I am doing this trip in part, I'm hoping to raise money for American Rivers and American Whitewater, one of the two or both, but that's up to you guys if you are willing to kick them a couple of bucks. I'm going to try to put a link down in the show notes, if not up on the screen, to make it super easy for you. And the other thing is to please subscribe and like. It really helps me out. I am going to be doing the solo trip up through Gates of the Arctic, in part to tell a little bit of the story about the national park, as well as the story of the proposed Ambler Road that would cut through Gates of the Arctic, as well as 3,000 rivers and streams through one of the largest wilderness areas in the United States, the second largest national park in the United States. So I'm hoping to talk to some locals and maybe even some specialists about the pros and cons of this and what are the impacts. So stay tuned for that. Thanks again. If you want to see how I rig this boat and this boat for this upcoming trip, you can click here. And if you want to see how I'm packing and what I'm packing, you can watch this video here. And I almost forgot, go spend another day on the land. It's your land, your public landowner.